Unicorn Poop by Curtly Freckleton, illustrated by Jesse Featherstone. Poppy was the youngest stable hand in Gemstonia's unicorn stables. This kingdom was known for their special jewels that were produced in a very unusual way. Unicorns pooped them. Kingdoms from around the world would come to witness the wonder and shop for shiny jewels. Gemstonia's most important event of the year was their royal Poo-Poo Pageant. Everyone would gather to see the kingdom's unicorns perform their best tricks and, most importantly, see their peculiar poo-poos. The unicorn with the fanciest tricks, the shiniest hair, and the most magnificent manure would win the pageant. Poppy and her unicorn Olly dreamed of winning. Poppy and Olly were best friends. Olly was the smallest unicorn of the stables. Olly worked hard to learn all the toughest tricks, and Poppy brushed him 3 times a day until his hair glistened. However, Olly had one stinking problem. His poop! Yes, poor Olly could only poop lumpy black coal, and it was extremely embarrassing. Psst, just so you know, this is a dreadful dilemma for a unicorn in Gemstonia. Coal is not valuable for the kingdom, and coal does not win poo-poo pageants. Glittering gems do, and big ones too. Poppy was determined to help Olly poop with pride. The other unicorns laughed at Olly and his tragic turds. They, on the other hand, had no trouble with the malodorous matter. They pooped rubies, emeralds, and moonstones with ease. If only he could produce a gem worthy enough for someone to buy. The next day, Poppy oh, the next day, Poppy scheduled another checkup with the royal unicornologists to look into Olly's feces fiasco. Sorry, Olly, we still can't find anything wrong with you, said Dr. Stone, sadly. Poppy frowned. They would never win the competition. She would never help Olly prove his worth, and the other unicorns would always make fun of him. Poppy wanted to cry. Poppy went to the stables with Olly to sulk. As she sat, sulking in the corner, stewing over Olly's defecation dilemma, stable hands walked by, dropping candy treats into Olly's stall. Now, everyone knows that unicorns love candy, but Olly loved it so much that he wouldn't eat anything else. Olly even had a special lollipop holder. I mean, come on, how cute is that? Suddenly, Poppy looked up and realized it was dark outside. Oh no, she had forgotten to feed Olly his bedtime snack of sugar stars. She went to fill up Olly's bucket, but they were all out. What would she feed him? Olly was particular about his bedtime snack. She looked outside and spotted the royal gardens. She thought, I guess I'll have to feed Olly vegetables tonight. I hope he eats them. The next morning, Poppy was surprised to find stable hands gathered around Olly's stall, oohing and eyeing. What was going on? Sparkles! Among the coal droppings, there were shiny sapphires. Olly's stall was glowing. You did it, Olly! Poppy shouted with joy. You finally pooped a real gem. Maybe they had a chance at winning this pageant after all. What did you do differently with Olly yesterday? Asked the oldest stable boy in disbelief. He has never managed a gem before. Poppy stopped to think. She had brushed him 3 times, as usual, taken him on his morning trot, and she had painted his hooves with glitter, all part of their normal routine. Try as she might, she couldn't think of anything in their routine she had done differently. Well, congrats, Olly, said the stable boy. How about a twinkle pop? You have a hard chance of placing in the pageant now. Then the strangest thing happened. Olly wouldn't eat the twinkle pop. He He looked at it, snorted, and started munching on the last carrot in his stall instead. Now, this was most unusual. Olly never turned down candy. Why now? That's when Poppy noticed it. The vegetables from last night were gone. Olly had eaten them. I think I know what changed, Poppy said thoughtfully. Olly ate less candy last night. He ate vegetables. The other stable hands laughed and shook their heads. No, that couldn't be it. Candy was an important part of a unicorn's diet, and they would never give it up. Certainly more vegetables would not perk up their pony's poop. Well, we'll see, Poppy said with a grin as she threw away the rest of the candy in the stall. Olly smiled. Over the next 2 weeks, Olly ate only fruits and vegetables. Instead of grape fizzle whizzle, he drank fresh water from the stream. He was bursting with energy. To Olly's amazement, his poop kept getting brighter and sparklier. At last, the day of the Poo-Poo Pageant had arrived. Poppy and Olly were confident, but nervous. They had worked so hard for today. Olly had mastered his tricks and eaten only the freshest foods. But would it be enough to win? Soon it was time to examine the excrements. One by one, the judge checked each stall. When he came to Olly's stall, he gasped at what he saw. Before his eyes lay dozens of diamonds! Never in the history of the kingdom had a unicorn pooped a poop so flatulently fancy. The judge was flabbergasted. Finally, it was time to announce the winner. The judge approached the podium. Poppy held her breath. Did they win? Today is a very special day, the judge declared with excitement. Today, a unicorn has pooped the most novel number 2 the kingdom of Gemstonia has ever seen. Diamonds! The crowd gasped in disbelief. Which unicorn had manufactured this miracle? The judge continued. The prized pooper and cherished champion is Olly, the smallest unicorn of the stables. The crowd burst into a deafening applause. What a surprise to see the youngest stable girl and her formerly coal-pooping unicorn win first place. Poppy gave Olly a great big hug. They had done it. The king honored Olly by giving him the best stall in the stables and awarded him unlimited candy. Olly, of course, politely refused. Now, not only would a peasant be pleased to buy his sparkling stool, but kings, emperors, and sultans stood in line to purchase his dazzling diamond dung. The other unicorns went from snickering at Olly to admiring him. They even started eating more vegetables and less candy. To this day, there has never been a unicorn that could outdo Olly. The end. Curly Freckleton grew up with horses and loves to share the joy they bring with others. She used to live on a ranch in Utah and often invited her friends and their kids over to ride and see her pet unicorn. She loves animals and doing anything outdoors. Curly is a registered nurse and coaches others on how to improve their health and eat better. She adores her husband Josh, and they currently live in northern Idaho with their dog and 3 rabbits.